If you're looking to grow your sales, you should consider working with a prep center for Amazon. We've put together a list of the top 100 prep and pack places, and we're going to be going over when and why you should consider using them. Stick around to the end of this video to download our list of 100 prep and pack places and their prices.
Welcome back to the FBA machine. My name's Andrew Lynn, this is Steve Rosen, and we are going to be going over when and why you should use a prep center.
The first reason why you're going to want to work with a prep and pack place is so you could utilize bundles and multi-packs on your listings. Now, this is a huge value add because not a lot of people are going to take advantage of this, and this is where prep and pack places come in. So this way you can ship in one or two of one kind of unit. The prep place will combine them for you, put them together in one bundle, and this often results in either a higher margin, you could have less competition on the listing, and you can also create your own bundles. Creating your own bundles, I think, is probably one of the, by far, the biggest value add, because you always have a little bit of time before other people catch on to your listings and jump on your listings. Or if you add in a certain item, a small little token or a keychain or whatever it is, then nobody will be able to jump on your listing. I mean, some people still will because there's just hijackers out there that they're just evil. But at the end of the day, bundles is going to give you guys an extra advantage over anybody else that's just coming in and just ship it and prep it back. Have you ever utilized bundles as far as?
Yeah, absolutely. And so you guys might be wondering that why would I not just send this to my house? Because that's originally what I did, but then I quickly realized that the amount of packaging material that I was spending was more than actually using a prep center. So I think bundles are a great way because it's just a low competition. You know, you're not competing with nearly as many people. So that's a huge benefit of using a prep and pack center.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, bags, poly bags, bubble wrap, all that really costs a lot. If you're not buying it in volume, by the pallet, by the truckload, then you're probably going to be paying 50 to 100% more than what it would normally cost. By shipping it somewhere else, they're going to automate it for you. They're going to save a lot of your time, and you guys are going to you'll be able to scale your business much quicker than doing it yourself. The second reason why you're going to want to utilize a prep and pack place is because you're not always going to want to make it obvious to your vendor that you're shipping it directly to Amazon. A lot of times I work with companies, and although they may know that I sell on Amazon, I don't want them to know that this order is going specifically to Amazon. I may offer my products to additional channels, whether it be retail or wholesale or direct to consumer or my website, whatever it is. A lot of times you'll say, hey, can you ship it to Amazon? Well, you kind of get like labeled and put into a category or group of people that are just working from home, and then, you know, they're doing it. And then that's the way I feel, is that's the group that they will initially start cutting down on. Oh, you're just an Amazon reseller. You know, so a lot of times I'll have them shipped to a prep and pack place, and I'll say, well, we're also utilizing a lot of, you know, salespeople, we're utilizing a lot of retail guys, we're utilizing, you know, direct to consumer, we're doing catalogs, whatever it is we're doing. You know, have you ever had an issue where the consumer didn't want to?
Yeah, so I think there are going to be times when somebody supplier will cross-dock to Amazon, but there's also a lot of times that they don't even want you selling on Amazon at all.
They won't open. Sometimes they won't open the account if you say that you're shipping it directly to Amazon.
So then you pretty much have to either ship it to your house, or you have to ship it to a prep center.
And that's pretty much the second reason why you're going to want to use it, because you don't want to make it obvious that you're shipping it directly to Amazon.
The third reason to use a prep center is because of box content. Oof. Now, this is something I dealt with a ton. I hate box content. Now, it's not so bad if you have just like one product that you're sending out and it's all going out in big case packs. It's not that big of an issue for a supplier. But for me, let's say I have like 12 different SKUs and there's different amounts, they're in different boxes, and then all of a sudden my suppliers, you know, I tell them, hey, I need to know box content. I need this for Amazon. Well, they're like, look, we don't have time. We're a business. We're doing millions and millions of dollars. Like, we don't care about going through your boxes and telling you what's in there. So in that case, like, you're pretty much just out of luck. Like, I've had some luck actually getting them to do it, and some people will do it, but a lot will not.
Yeah. Also, it's one of the reasons why we call the channel the FBA Machine is because we're focusing primarily on the things that will help you scale your business and automate your processes. And box content can be something that will really slow you down. Every one of these steps where you have to stop and work through something personally with a vendor, whether it be box content or figuring out shipment or figuring out payment, you really want to scale these things. So when you're working with a prep and pack place, you can just tell all your vendors, let's say you have a few buyers and you have 1 or 2 purchase orders a day, everything just go directly to my prep and pack place. They will combine everything, build a pallet, and the pallet goes out and box content is already on the pallet. That just makes things so much easier. The 4th reason why you're gonna wanna use a prep and pack place is because your shipments are gonna get split up.
Not every time, but most of the time.
Yeah, and now we're having a moment of silence for your shipments and your shipping fees. So a lot of times when you're dealing with oversized or depending on the item, Amazon will ship your products to 3 different locations. What does that mean for you? That means you're paying 3 different shipping fees. So whatever your margin was before, now you got to subtract it even more from 3 different shipping fees. Each time you ship to a different location, you're going to pay another shipping charge. So really, this will eat into your margin. A lot of times I hear from most people that they just don't do oversized because there's just no way to calculate the shipping fees. It's telling you to ship something to Arizona, Texas, and Boston, right? So if you guys utilize a good prep and pack place, they should be able to consolidate your shipment to 1 pallet and then ship it all to 1 location. This way you're going to pay $75 to $100 for 1 pallet, as opposed to 3 different locations and 3 different pallet fees, which would add up to over $300. Have you ever dealt with split shipments?
Yeah, millions and millions of times. Like, I've even had shipments where I have, let's just say I have 300 units, and I'll have like maybe 100 of them going one place, like 150 going the other way, and all of a sudden I have a third one that gets split up that's only like 10 units for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? it's mental, and it absolutely.
And depending on the vendor, vendors won't deal with it either.
Well, you can do inventory placement. So inside of Amazon Seller Central, you can go up and you click inventory placement, but they hit you with a
then you're
fee.
paying
and if you're doing
per unit.
I do a lot of like small units, and it's per unit, and let's say you have,
and depending on the size of the unit,
it adds up fast. You're way better off getting it shipped to a prep center than doing the inventory placement.
If you guys count the amount that you're paying, because you're paying Amazon 20 cents a sticker, then you're paying them 15 cents for box content.
I paid $600 last
Then
time.
you're paying 20, 30 cents for inventory placement. You're paying them $1 if the item needs bubble wrapping. So at the end of the day, all that adds up, and it's if you can follow and stay with it, okay, great. But at the end of the day, if you're looking to scale something, shipping everything to 1 location is really going to help you guys simplify your processes, automate it, make it go much faster, getting purchase orders much quicker, and you will have inventory going to Amazon on a regular basis.
Also, a lot of times you can get free shipping to the prep center. So if you're buying big enough bulk, they're going to ship it free anyways.
Almost always.
To the prep center, and then you're just paying anyways the shipment from the prep center to Amazon. So the 5th reason to use a prep center is to utilize removals. Now, this is something a lot of people don't think about, and is especially beneficial for people that are outside the country. So what happens when you sell a whole bunch of Amazon product, something gets broken or returned, and then what do you do with it? Normally, you now have to ship it back to your house, or if you're outside of the country, you're pretty much out of luck. But you can utilize a prep and pack center to take in your returns and file claims, so hopefully you can get some of your money back.
Yeah, so and if you don't specify a return address, just so everybody knows, if you don't specify a return address, Amazon will just go ahead and throw out your stuff. They'll just go ahead and throw it out. So make sure that you put in a return address. Now, sending it to your house is not really going to help you guys set up for scale, because you got to have processes in place, right? So the process, you have removals going to a warehouse or a prep and pack place, and then that prep and pack place will constantly go through your stuff as it goes through, and then they update you with pictures and items and let you know what you have, and then either ship it back, or you can list it on eBay and then they'll ship it to the customer for you. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a large percentage, and I don't want to say large, but I want to say anywhere between like 2 to 5% of your income is going to be from your removals and returns, because a lot of these returns are actually good inventory. You know, I don't know if you've ever. Or they
could even just be sold, like a lot of times I'll sell them as like new. Right, well, maybe the box has been open and ripped up.
Yeah, it could be like new, but if you've ever actually like bought anything,
perfectly.
If you bought something on Amazon and then you try to return it, if you put the wrong reason, Amazon's gonna make you pay for return shipping. So guess what everybody does? They put that the item was defective. Right, the item was defective. Now all of a sudden you don't have to pay for return shipping. You, the customer, don't have to pay for return shipping. Now the seller is paying for your return shipping, but guess what? The item's not defective. It's perfectly fine. The customer just didn't want to pay for return shipping. So now you're getting back all these things that are actually perfectly good. You're still making claims with Amazon because Amazon shipped that item back. It could have arrived damaged. If it arrives damaged, that's got to go on Amazon's dime. So essentially, people are putting down the wrong reasons why they're returning, so they can save money on the shipping back to Amazon, and you're losing that money if you're not utilizing a prep and pack place.
Yeah, and this is something that I am personally extremely guilty of, especially in my earlier years. I never made any claims. I just took the stuff back. It all just sat there. And I literally at one point then started selling it all on eBay just to get rid of it, and there was a lot of capital there. Like it was a lot of money. It adds up. It adds up.
You do not realize $15 here, $10 here. You've got $400 in one corner of your bedroom or wherever it is, your garage. It adds up, and most importantly, if you don't automate it with a prep and pack place, it's going to eat up your time, and that will slow down your process. Right? So if you slow down the process, you're not going to continue to see growth. So you need to put process in place. Just set it and forget it. Do not touch returns. Let it go somewhere. They have an SOP that they're following for your returns, and it's done. And you can continue to build your FBA machine. Stick around till the end of this video so you guys can still download the list of the 100 prep and pack places that we compiled for you guys, because we're actually going to go into the fee structure and how you should decide which one is right for you depending on your business model. Now, you have different business models, right? So a lot of the places will accommodate mostly wholesale. Some places will accommodate online arbitrage, but they work with a different fee structure. A lot of the different prep and pack places that you work with are gonna have different fee structures. So either they're gonna work on a membership fee structure where you're paying them per month and you get a certain amount of units that you can ship in, or you're going to get a per unit charge where, whatever amount of units you send in, you're gonna pay X amount per unit, right? So this is really going to depend on your business model, right? Either you're doing wholesale, which is mostly high volume units, or you could be doing online arbitrage where you're sending in 1-2 units at a time. That's going to result in more work for the prep place, which will result in a higher fee structure, either a fee per unit charge or just a higher membership structure altogether, right? So what's been some of the experiences that you've worked with?
I mean, really, I think what it comes down to for me is like really do your due diligence and make sure you're getting the cheapest prices, because I've been looking through different prep centers and it's pretty crazy what some of these are charging.
It is really crazy, some of these fees.
Like a few dollars just
They're advertising a few dollars also. I mean, I don't know who goes for that stuff.
And so that would be the biggest thing, at least from my experience, is that in the past I was going through somewhere where it was like a little over $1 and I could have been getting it cheaper. So at least from my point of view, just make sure you are not overpaying.
Yeah, and that's why we put together this list for you guys, so you can actually see all the different prep places. You can see if they charge a membership, and you can see the per unit charge, and you can just go through the list, pick the best place, and contact them, negotiate the best deal with them directly.
Some things to watch out for are going to be hidden fees. Now, most prep centers are pretty upfront about what they're charging, but there are definitely some things that you want to watch out for, like a sign-up fee. A lot of them will charge $100 just to get signed up. Some you will get charged a lot more for shipping than another one. So really what I think it comes down to is really making sure you're doing the math, because one prep center might give you a good deal on bundling, but then they're going to charge you an arm and a leg on everything else.
Yep.
So I think it's just about making sure that you know all the fees involved.
For sure. Also, you should definitely look into see what, if you're doing a smaller volume, you should definitely look and ask is there any shipment fee? Because if you're shipping in 10 or 20 units, now a lot of places won't just take 10 or 20 units. If they do, they usually have a minimum, say $45 or a shipment fee of $30 per shipment, whatever it is. So you want to ask these questions and get to know your prep place and know exactly how you can negotiate the best rates for your stuff. All right, guys, so we've gone over all the different reasons why you should work with a prep and pack place, how to choose which one is right for you, and the different pricing structures. Now, the link to download the list is going to be in the description, so make sure you download it, because we've spent hours putting together this list and all the information so you guys can go through it and choose which one is right. If there's anything that you guys want us to add to this list, just feel free to leave a comment below, and we will add that information to this list and help you choose the right prep and pack place.
You guys see any value in the video you just saw? If so, hit the subscribe button right over here and make sure you click the bell to get notifications whenever we come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so you can continue to build your own FBA machine.